So today we're going to be looking at liquids and solids. Alright? How do we know something's... Where's a solid? Can you see a solid here?
A table.
A table!
I mean,
Table's solid, isn't it? Any table. Can we see any liquids here?
Yes.
Where's a liquid? The water's a liquid, isn't it? So, how do we know something's a liquid and how do we know something's a solid?
Because solids are tight.
They're tight.
And liquids are not tight.
They're not tight. They move, don't they? So if we go to pour water, it moves. But I couldn't pour this table, could I? It's hard. So liquids and solids, everything around us are made of matter. It's called matter.
Yeah.
Right? And it's made up of little particles. So imagine them as like little balls are made up of little particles. Tiny atoms. Very good. Made up of tiny little balls called particles. They're atoms. So in a solid, they're packed in really, really tight. So imagine that you're in a swimming pool and all of your friends are in that swimming pool and you're packed in so tight in that swimming pool that you can't even move. Yeah? That's a solid.
And the atoms are like this.
The atoms are like this. That's a solid.
Liquids.
The liquids, how do you think the atoms or the particles are in liquids? Are they close together or do you think that they're far apart from each other?
They're a bit apart.
They're apart from each other, aren't they? Which means they can move. So imagine you're in a swimming pool and you've just got a few of your friends in there. You can swim around, can't you? You can move. So that's what a liquid is, and that's why it moves when we go to pour it. We're not doing gases today, we're just doing liquid and solid. So,
I don't know about gases.
what we're going to do today is we're going to make a mixture. So, this is corn flour. So, we use corn flour when we cook, don't we?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a little feel of the corn flour? Just put a tiny little bit between your fingers, tiny bit, because it makes a lot of mess. What does it feel like?
Feels like shaving cream.
Like shaving cream?
Yeah.
Is it soft?
Yes.
And can you have a look at it? Look at it on your fingers. It's lots of little bits, isn't it? All over your fingers. It's a powder.
The little bits are kind of the atoms.
Yeah, it's a powder, isn't it?
I can't get it off now.
That's alright, go like this over your bowl. Over your bowl, that's fine. And it'll stick to your hands for now, but we'll wash our hands later. So what we are going to do is we're going to put this corn flour in our bowl. So can you put, you've got one there, Zane, that's 2 cups of corn flour. Charlotte, can you put this one, all of it, pour it all in your bowl?
This one?
The whole thing.
Pour it in. That's
Give
it.
it a little
All
shake. That's it. Now, what we're going to do next is we are going to...
Oh,
Good boy.
Yep.
Got it all in?
Got it.
Okay. What we're going to do next, put it down, Zane. Listening. We're going to put some water in here. We're not going to just pour all of the water in though. We're going to add a little bit of water at a time. We're going to mix it. Now, before we do that, what do you think is going to happen when we put the water in?
It's going to fill up the bowl.
What's going to happen to the corn flour when we put the water in?
It's going to rise.
You think it's going to rise? What do you think it's going to do?
It's going to go up a bit more.
Up a bit more?
That's right.
Do you think that they're going to mix together?
Yes.
Yeah? And do you think when they mix together, are they going to be a liquid or a solid?
Both.
Both. Why do you think they're going to be both?
Because they're made out of both.
Because they're made out of both.
And they don't change.
So do you think liquid? So do you think it's going to go hard or do you think it's going to be able to move?
It's going to be able to move.
So you think it's going to be a liquid? Because if it's a solid, it doesn't move, does it?
No. It's kind of, because this won't move, will it? Oh yeah, it will rise.
Okay, well let's see. Alright, so we're going to pick up our water. You've got some water
Do you
there.
want to stir or do you want to pour, Zane?
Careful. We're going to do it now. Listening, hang on 1 second, put it down. We're going to pour a little bit of water in, but we're going to do a little bit at a time and mix it through until it's about the thickness of honey. Do we all know, Zane, paying attention please, do we all know what the thickness of honey is like?
Yes.
Yes, it's quite thick, but it still pours, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
So do you want to stir? We'll do
Yep,
pause
do you
a
want
little
to
bit.
stir and we'll
You
pour?
want to do the pouring
So
while
I'll
I
do
do the
a
stirring?
little bit in
A
at
little
a
bit at a
time
time.
and then mix it through.
Just a bit.
Keep mixing it. So I think we need more, don't we? Mix
Yeah,
again.
stop for a minute. Let that mix a bit. Okay.
And go. Oh!
Okay, Lee, stop now. Stop now.
Try and keep it in the bowl and keep mixing.
Oh, it's
You
hard.
can
She's
do
not.
a
She's not
You
going
can
to
do
be
a
able to
little
mix.
bit of pouring and I'll do some mixing. Okay, put more water in. That's it,
Stop.
stop. That's it.
I'm just talking to Charlie then because she can't see now. Stop. She can't see now, can she?
Oh, it's hard to mix, isn't it? What do you think's happening
You want to have a little
here?
mix and see what it feels like?
You feel that? Do you think that feels like a solid or you see there's liquid on top, but what's happening underneath?
It's
Feel that?
like
Gotta hold your bowl still. You use 2 hands if you need to.
milk and stuff.
It looks a bit like milk, doesn't it? Does it feel a bit hard underneath?
Yeah.
Might need a different spoon to do this.
Like us.
Okay, let's try and. Oh. Try and mix it all through. And get this water through,
What
don't we?
is that? Stuff.
Oh, a bit funny, isn't it?
What is it?
Well, it's corn flour and water, isn't it?
Yeah, but what did it make?
We'll see, hey?
Yeah. Slime.
So, it looks a bit like slime, doesn't it?
Mm.
See how when I'm stirring it, but then I can mix it and it comes up a bit like a solid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's running.
We have a tiny bit.
Add a bit more. Oh, yours is very different to mine.
Yeah, look. But should you have a look at ours, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a little stir if you want.
Mine's fine.
Can we touch it or not?
Okay, so
Mummy.
No.
yes, you can stick your fingers in here. I want you guys to feel around. Now I want you to tell me if you think that is a liquid or a solid.
Liquid.
You think it's a liquid? Why is it a liquid? Why do you think it's a liquid? Oh, look at your fingers. It is a liquid on your fingers, isn't
Is it
it?
running?
Wait, I just got. I feel my fingers.
Yeah, it's runny, isn't it? So the particles are moving around, aren't they?
And
So
it's a little hard.
So but it is a little bit hard too, isn't it? So now what I would like you to do is try and make. Can you try and make a ball?
No.
Give it a go. Can you get both your hands in?
We'll make a ball.
Can you make a ball with it?
No, again.
Let me try.
Dad, I need to wash my hands.
Yeah, you put your hands over here. Dad will see if he can make a ball.
Oh look, I'm making a bit of a ball. Oh, I think we've made it a bit runny.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to add a bit more corn flour to it.
Yeah.
Look, don't get it all over yourself.
Whoa. Yes.
Okay, so look, when you rub it together, it goes a bit solid, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alright. So, do you think it's a solid or a liquid?
Hold it with your ball. Mate.
It's a bit like a solid now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now what I want you to do is punch it.
Yep. Yep.
So go quite hard down
Touch down.
and punch down.
Whoa.
Is it splashing and going everywhere?
No.
No, it goes into a solid, doesn't it? Because you can't, it's not splashing. But then when you bring your hand away, it drips. So it's a liquid. So this is a special liquid. This is what we call a non... Are you listening? Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay, just hold your hands above your bowl now. Don't play. I want you to listen to me. So this is what we call a non-Newtonian liquid. So this performs a little bit differently to a liquid and solid. It can do both, can't it?
Yeah.
What else does that? Can you think of anything else that might act like this?
Goo.
Go a little bit. Keep your hands over your bowl. Slime. What about quicksand?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that goes.
Quicksand looks like a solid, and if you first tread on it with a bit of force, it doesn't go anywhere. But if you stand there, you'll start to sink in it, won't you? Which is a bit like this.
Yeah.
Alright, so that is a non-Newtonian liquid, and they're a bit unusual. So they're a bit of a solid liquid.
Dad,
So was that
I'm gonna
fun?
wash my hands now.
Yeah, we're going to wash our hands now.